Hi people, my name's Darren and I'm one of the reviewers from Paranormal Reviewers. Now, I would like to talk today about my experience of an investigation I went on Friday at the Towers Asylum in Leicestershire with a company called Simply Paranormal. Now, I feel the need that it is pertinent to say at this moment in time that on social media there seems to be quite a lot of negative comments made about this investigation by people, and I am going to touch on that during this vlog. Okay, so basically everything I'm going to talk about is my personal experience, what I personally experienced, but also what I saw and how I'm going to be honest and say how I feel. Other companies that have these investigations planned for Towers Asylum in the future, how they're actually going to be able to proceed, and again I will explain why that is throughout this vlog. So basically, I personally quite enjoyed the investigation. I personally experienced some unexplained activity personally. One thing that really did unnerve me was my left leg during a group vigil held in the theatre or main hall. Went completely cold. It was so abnormal because the rest of my body was at a normal temperature. It was so abnormal that the girl next to me said she could almost feel the coldness on her. At this point, a lady who was a medium with the group come by and said there was a soldier standing behind me who had lost his leg, his left leg. My left leg was the one that was going cold. But more interestingly on this is that I myself have served a significant amount of time in Her Majesty's Armed Forces, and the medium said that was probably where the connection was, is that I was an ex-soldier and he was an ex-soldier. Now look, my partner is a nurse, and I spoke to her about this, and she said there's no actual medical reason why your leg would go completely cold, yet the rest of your body would remain at a normal temperature. So, and the fact that it was my left leg and the whole army connection, she didn't know that yet. I don't really believe in coincidences, and I don't think that was a coincidence. I think that was something that is and will not be able to be explained, even to people who are skeptics. Now, I have been Towers Asylum before. I went with a company called Haunted Happenings. This was when, because the asylum is being knocked down. And this was before they really got into knocking down the asylum. The one I went to on Friday, they really cracked on with the work there. And I've got to be honest, at times it was just like walking around a building site. There was still, they ripped out the walls. There were rooms we could have gone in before, which we could no longer go into. The amount of times people were tripping over stuff where the builders had left it. My question is that I would feel that the health and safety executive would class that as a building site now. It's pretty much almost at the stage of being fully demolished. And personally, I really hurt my foot. I don't think that would have been an issue had I been pre-warned to wear suitable footwear. Now, I know they say wear suitable footwear, but you wouldn't really identify suitable footwear on a ghost hunt as being steel toe cap boots. Which, if any of you are listening to this and you are going to go to the Towers Asylum, I highly recommend you do wear steel toe cap boots, because at some point you will hurt yourself. I've seen people fall over in there, smashing against all the stuff, because the builders have ripped everything out, and they've often been told, look, this is still in use by these groups, try and pull it up neatly, stack it up, and builders have got to work to a deadline. Sometimes they just ain't got time to it, so they just throw it wherever they can. that's life. But it was pretty much like walking around a building site at times. But again, I've digressed a bit there. The actual investigation itself was good. The staff members, most of them, they were very approachable, very polite, very knowledgeable. They're obviously very enthusiastic about this subject matter. One thing I didn't like, and I think it needs to be nipped in the bud, people who go on these investigations over the age of 18, therefore in law they are classed as adults. I do not think it's appropriate for a member of staff to admonish adults for wanting to use the toilet. In fact, I feel it's quite embarrassing. If an adult wants to use the toilet, let them use the toilet. The toilet's just outside. It got to the point. Now I felt sorry for the women, because obviously women can't do this, but men were sliding off from the group and going into an empty room and pissing in there because the staff. I'm not going to mention the staff member's name, but this staff member was literally getting very agitated at the fact that people were wanting to use the toilet. I've been on a lot of tours with Simply Paranormal now, always with the Northern team. Now, I can clearly say now there is a Northern team and a Southern team. The Northern team are fantastic. You need to go toilet, they take you. We need a break. It's like, oh, hurry, like 5 minutes. Just let us sit down. You're walking around, you're standing up, you're doing these vigils. It's just nice just to sit down, have a cup of tea. People who smoke go out, have a quick smoke, and use the toilet. Because people do need to answer the call of nature, and you should really make sure you have more than one toilet available. The women don't really want to use the toilets the men are gone in, and vice versa. I walked in there, and obviously the woman that had been in there before me had changed a certain thing that women need to change from time to time, and obviously it was still visible when I went in there. Not very nice. And I don't think that's really a Simply Paranormal problem. I think it's just the fact that the demolition of the actual hospital itself now is so far progressed. That as it keeps happening, you're going to lose more of the place you can investigate. I'm under the belief that this week the actual theatre part of the asylum, and if any of you have been there before, you will know exactly what I'm going on about. The theatre part is actually being auctioned off, so it may very well be that the ghost hunts or investigations will no longer be able to use the theatre, which is a crying shame, because underneath, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys that are going to go on these investigations in case you can still use the theatre, but it would be a crying shame if you can't, because it is such an experience down there. But unfortunately, that theatre is not going to go cheap. So it may very well be that whoever buys it says, no, that's it, I've got it now, you're not allowed in there. That's it, final. Which doesn't really leave many other places to go and investigate in there. You've got the Daisy Peak ward. That's still open for investigation, although we never went in there, because in the actual Daisy Peak ward is full of all the materials that the builders have ripped out. Where the builders have been smashing the walls with hammers, there's cracks, leaks, everything. And it is such a shame, because the Towers Asylum is such a special place. Not special. It is special for us investigators, but it's a lot of money to spend to walk around the building site, and this is the issue which is rearing its head today on social media. And I don't think it's fair that people are putting it all on Simply Paranormal. Yes, some people are saying about the staff member and the way that staff member talked to people, and how they and the fact that this staff member didn't show any respect. But Simply Paranormal as a company are very good. Like I say, I am a great advocate of their Northern team. You know, I've been Lewisham Asylum with them. I've got a investigation book with them to go to the poltergeist house. You know, they are fantastic, but this Friday has really put a black mark against their name. And I think, you know, companies in the future which are going to use Lewisham Asylum. Sorry, I keep saying Lewisham. I've got Lewisham on the head for some reason. The Towers Asylum are going to have the same issue because people are going to go there because of how it's promoted on the website and the fact that they don't really mention anything about there's building work and demolition work going on. Don't worry, I've checked into this. I've got my facts behind me. And then they get there and they see how much has been smashed down, how many places they can actually go. You know, it's actually, you know, either the companies need to change the content on their website and say we will visit this room, this room, this room, this room, so people know where they're going, and also state that building work is going on, and state that they do need appropriate footwear, and actually state the kind of footwear. Because appropriate footwear could mean Wellington boots. You know, I went more a furnace. They said we're going into the woods. So I took Wellington boots. To me, that was appropriate footwear. I'm going into woods. You know, welly boots always do the job. You know, go around the old Victorian school in Long Eaton, you know, which is still in use today. You know, it's been modernised and everything. Wear appropriate footwear, trainers. You know, what's going to happen there? It's used by people all day. You know. If you're gonna, I think the companies need to tell people that this is a building site, it is being demolished. Please wear the appropriate footwear, because I know a little bit about insurance, and these companies must be paying for the nose to get the insurance to insure the groups because of the building work that's going on around. All it takes is for one guest to have a foot injury or a serious injury because of some of that building work, and trust me, that guest is going to be set up for life. You know, so to just state, you know, what kind of, you know, I keep going back to footwear. It's because I actually hurt my foot because I wore trainers, because that's what I wore last time. I didn't realise the extent of the building work that had been carried out, and I actually really hurt my foot. You know, I'm not going to cry about it, but had I had, like, boots on, even not steel toe caps, just boots, you know, if I had known how far progressed the building work was and I just wore boots, I probably wouldn't have even suffered. And I'll tell you how it happened, is that there was one of the builders had left the steel, I don't even know, because I'm not a builder, you know, I come from the academic world, had left the steel grid or something like that, which had been taken out of the wall, and I guess I was standing just so I was on the back of it, and then a guest was like walking backwards. She didn't see it. She walked on it, and it flipped up, and it scraped the back of my heel and took the skin off, and actually went up to my knee where it stopped. It didn't actually cause any damage to my calf or nothing, but you know, with all that building material around, an accident is just waiting to happen. You know, and also I think the fact that there was a PhD student from America who's obviously coming over to do her thesis, very nice girl as well, and at times they just seem more interested in her than the rest of the group, and that is a sentiment that I'm not just expressing. Now, I want to keep these vlogs long. I just want to basically put it out there, you know, what I see, what I experienced and stuff like that. And I know a lot of this has not really been about the experience itself, but more about, you know, the fact that Towers Asylum is no longer a place to investigate, in my opinion. The building work's got progressed too far. So I've basically just kept on that. This is my opinion only. You know, I have a right to express my opinion, just as everyone who's going to watch this is going to express their opinion. Simply Paranormal, in my opinion, are still a fantastic company. Yes, I've had the first time I've gone on a investigation with their Southern team. hasn't been the best experience. But that doesn't negate the fact of all the good times I've had with their Northern team. But I'll be interested, you guys that are going to Towers Asylum, you guys that have been recently and have for yourself experienced the progression of the building, wonder how it has impacted on the investigations. I would love for you to leave a comment. Like the video if you want me. If you like the information I'm obviously disclosing to you guys. If you don't unlike, just give me an unlike. It's your opinion. Say and do what you want. The next one we're going on, we've been very lucky, very good ghost company, UK Ghost Hunts. My PA, she booked the tickets today. I can't actually remember where it is. Lovely girl there called Maria. She's been very, very good to us. So that's the end of my little rant about this Friday's investigation. Simply Paranormal, still love ya, but Friday was a bust. For all you companies that are that are holding future events up until November, where I think the people who give you the permission have said, no, that's it, end of, you're not doing it after that date. I just think you need to warn people about the extent of how far the extent of the building work is, and warn them to wear the appropriate footwear. I think it will even get to a point where the guests will have to wear hard hats leading up to that final date. I joke, I don't know, it may do. I doubt they would do any kind of investigations if it got to that point. Anyway, thanks for watching. We've got some really good content coming on this channel. We've got some guest speakers. One of my friends who is a pagan priestess has kindly offered to come in and say in her religion how to best cleanse a Ouija board for you to use in your own time. Not that that's something I would advocate, okay? Ouija boards, I've seen some stuff happen with Ouija boards. Not bad, but it's definitely made me think maybe there is something more to this than what meets the eye. So just, subscribe to the channel. We'll keep you up to date. We do some fantastic prizes as well. We've had a lot of people on Twitter win prizes, and we always make sure we get them out to people. They always put on there, like, thank you for the prize. It's only been little things like paranormal investigation books, how to set up your own paranormal investigation team. But now we have kind of got a little agreement with a independent engineer who is creating his own paranormal investigation equipment. He wants us to review it, and in return he will give us one to give away to you guys for free. To celebrate the opening of our YouTube channel, we are giving away a full Ghost Hunters investigation kit. It has got everything. It's got the Ovulus. It's got an EMF meter. It's got a digital voice recorder. It's got a dual-way spirit box. It's got laser pens. It's got trigger objects. It's got a Ouija board. It's got everything. I think altogether it would probably cost about 800 quid retail if you were to get everything like that together. But we're giving that away to you guys to celebrate the opening of our YouTube channel. So follow us on Twitter. I'll leave it in the description below, our link to our Twitter channel. Like us on Facebook. Again, I'll leave the link in the description below. And, paranormal unity all the way. Hope you enjoyed the video, people. Take care. Oh, by the way, I just want to say thank you to Gareth for sending me a t-shirt, again, to give away as a prize. Gareth is from Demonic Investigations. It's a small startup group, but they're doing well. He sent me a t-shirt. He said, look, take this t-shirt, please, give it away as a prize. So, follow them on Twitter. They're good people. And I've just knocked the microphone, so that's probably going to come out crap. And take care. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now.